Communication between people from the northern and southern parts of the United States have major differences in pronunciation, accent, and colloquiums, along with other things. Due to these differences in speech and dialect, certain stereotypes have arisen within each group of people. The thought that Northerners are maybe considered rude comes from the way that Southerners perceive the dialect used. On the other end, Southerners may be viewed as unintelligent based on how they speak. A majority of Northerners view Southern dialect as the most incorrect way of speaking. The idea that Southerners have an incorrect way of speaking may be a result to how the media has portrayed people from the South as being unintelligent, slow, and backwards. Many portrayals in movies and television exaggerate the way Southerners speak. An example of a grammatical difference in standard American English compared to Southern American English is y'all and you all. Urbanization in the southern United States before World War II is thought to have impacted Southern dialect. This sudden boom of industry started to attract people from other regions of the United States. The migration of people is thought to have brought changes to the original Southern vernacular, but today there is still a very prevalent way of speech among Southerners. Although there are differences and rivalries within the American English language, we as humans all are able to acquire language, and as Americans, Northerners and Southerners both possess the bond of sharing and growing up speaking the English language. Even though Northern and Southern dialects are different in some aspects, they are fundamentally the same as both Northerners and Southerners speak American English.
Alright, well, I'm from Washington, D.C., and when I moved down to Lexington, I could tell there was a distinct difference in the dialects from the North and the South. A lot of Southern drawls I've seen and heard while I was down here. So that's one of the major things that I've seen as a difference in the dialects between the North and the South.
So the difference between Southern accent or Southern people and Northern people, the way they talk, is more that Southerners are they talk a lot slower, and because of their accents, they kind of seem just genuinely nicer. While they kind of come the way they talk, it kind of comes more from the gut. While with Northerners, they kind of have more from the nose, and they're more nasally. So that kind of makes them sound a little more snobbish and rudish, kind of standoffish, and they tend to use their hands more often, so they're more expressive with their voices. And because they're Northerners and their accents, they just kind of seem, I said that, they seem ruder.
So differences between dialect. The Northern accent is a lot quicker. People cut it off more. They say you guys instead of you all. Where in the South they say y'all, and it's kind of more drawn out. It's, Southern, how y'all doing?
I think Northerners have cooler personalities, and they definitely talk a lot faster, but they pronounce their words better than Southerners do. And I also have a friend who says wicked a lot when she's trying to describe something.
Okay, so I think the difference between Northern and Southern speakers is that there's way different slang. So in the South they say y'all, while in the North they're you all. And I just think that there's completely different words as well. Sometimes when Southerners will say something, Northerners will be what are you talking about? And the same with Northerners to Southerners. So I think that they just use different words to express the same things.
This is a map that shows the northern and southern parts of the United States and the subregions among them. There are unique and individual dialects found within each subregion.